Now you might be wondering, if you've been watching my channel or my videos, like, what the hell angle is this? We don't do this angle. Like, what is going on here? Different type of stream tonight. I don't think I'm going to need my pen, which is probably a good thing because I just dropped it. I don't think we're going to need this. I definitely don't think we're going to need the old ninja glove. And the reason for that is because we're going to be doing some mug designs. And it is going to be all a mouse, baby, and my main monitor. My main monitor is not the Cintiq 24-inch HD Touch. It's been a great monitor. It served me very, very well. And for a while it was my main. But I've got the big wraparound thing right now, and that's what we're going to work off tonight. But before we get there, I want to give a shout out and a lot of love to my Patreon supporters and my Twitch subscribers. Hopefully you've been enjoying the gifts that I send back to you throughout each month. All of the little brush sets and the maps and the glimpse behind the scenes and the little how-tos. Just a small way of me saying I love you, thank you for your support, you empower me. Every single person on this screen here is a person of awesomeness. Box office, what is this madness? I know, right? Hopefully it looks good, hopefully it sounds good. I just changed angle because we are literally working on things like this. And I need mouse. I need like just simple sort of zoom in. And this is like a crazy brush I've got going on there. But we are going to be working on some cup designs. What does that mean? Well, this layer right here. In fact, I'm going to actually bring this over here. Just going to move some layers around, I think. I'm going to move this around. I'm going to bring that over here. I wish I could draw on this big, huge monitor. This is a great monitor. Hello, Phantom Jin. Jack, you're going to have to not sneak by to get me a drink. But it's all good. You can barely see me. You'll just have to walk past me. I'm sure the cats will be. Alright, let's get into this thing. Mug design. This is the 11-ounce mug. I've got basically 3 3/4 of an inch of height to play with. We need interesting designs. So this would be on what I wish I had my mug next to me now. But this would be on, let's say, one face of the mug. My logo is going to be on the other side of the mug. The handle falls somewhere in between. Noble Dwarf, they will actually take this. They will place the logo, make sure it all lines up. They'll get it all positioned nicely for the handle itself. Our job tonight is to, let's say, take something like 20 maps, something like that, and get them not only fitting within like a 3 3/4 of an inch in height. That's easy. But making them look interesting. Some of the maps I think we should zoom in on parts, you know? So I'm actually going to want your help tonight. Helping me understand what would make, I don't want to say good design, but a good zoom in, or maybe in certain areas we actually do, like, where's my layer? Where's my layers? But maybe in certain areas, if I get this guy and I bring him down, and I'm not saying that we do this, but if I put this behind the scenes here, and then I actually create a clipping mask out of this, I actually think what I might do, by the way, I might, no, you don't need to see me with the layers and everything. But, like, do we do things like that? Would that look okay on a mug? I don't think with this particular map it would, by the way. But it's always an option. I'm just going to release that clipping mask right there. Hey, princess. Hey, we got Tree Ball. We got Wargaming. We got Princess. So let's let's grab a couple of maps here. And they always say, for some bizarre reason, don't show your local computer like on the internet, but I'm not quite sure why. I don't have anything to hide on here. Is you seeing my path structure gonna somehow like put me at hacking risk? But anyway, that's what they always say, so I am nothing if not compliant. So let's do that, shall we? So I am going to navigate to where I have all of my maps. Well, not all of them. I'm gonna pick up on like a couple of my colored ones here. How many should I do to begin with? Oh, I've already got Dubrovnik. This, by the way, is Dubrovnik. This is a real life city. They based some scenes from Game of Thrones in Dubrovnik, and it is a old city. And I actually zoomed in on using Google Maps, and I drew this ink on paper. As I like, this is all like the whole coastline, even the position of boulders, is exactly a Dubrovnik shape. But the city nowadays is spilled all over this area, so I removed all of that and kind of did what I think it would have looked like medieval times. So a little bit more like this. So we got that. Let's do Edge Pond, Foxdale, Grassy Spur. Grassy Spur has been something we've been talking about tonight. And let's do Icewell as well. All of these maps are on nobledwarf.com right now. All of them are actually available as t-shirts and hoodies and things like that. They're not available as cups, and that's what we're doing tonight. So I am going to... Why won't you let me drag you onto my map? What am I doing wrong? Oh, because I gotta do this. There we go. We're gonna do a little bit of a walk through some of my maps tonight, okay? It's so people don't see you enter your passwords. Okay. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Treebor says, I think I would like the mug maps if they do focus on key parts. I do not disagree with that. So let's grab one like Old Mill here. You see, but something like Old Mill doesn't really have a key part to zoom in on. You see, this is one of my simpler maps. So I think with this, we could display it as a whole. I think Angiristan would benefit from being, displaying this as a whole on the cup as it is. Black Bat the same. That one the same. Edge Pond the same. Foxdale, I feel is the same. Like, all of these are terrible. Like, I feel like I'm not even sure I want to zoom in now, but I would crop off this border and everything on that one. What do we got there? Okay. Let's open up a few more. I am gonna push my machine's limit here to the max. Okay, that's Icewell. Oh, do I dare? I'm gonna open Catalel. I am gonna open Catalel and the Star Fortress, which is actually Luxembourg, by the way. The Star Fortress is topical because, of course, Treebor got himself the Star Fortress on canvas. And it looks really good. Alright. Now this could be worth zooming in on. This could be. Like, this area here. Well, maybe not there. Maybe there are certain zoom ins there. I feel like Gaxmore has some great zoom ins on it. Like, even something like that, right? Just way zoomed in. Doesn't need all of the green and everything around it. That could be interesting. So, let's play around with this a little bit. Like, let's grab Old Mill. Hey, Pix! I'm playing with everyone's mind tonight. Whoa, big map. You see, this is just me chilling tonight. We're doing a little bit of a working session. But you see, like, you're going to get to see, like, a lot of my maps tonight. How fun is this going to be? So, actually, let's hide. I want this. I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this over here. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. I'm going to actually move that right there. Because that's at the extent of what you can see. And I'm gonna take this over here too, because God, I wish I could actually draw on this monitor. This monitor is so big. It's so good. It's so sexy. I want to have monitor babies with this monitor. Actually, no, wargaming. Seriously, and I mean this. I'm gonna bring up my maps, and if you feel like, nah, boring, or nah, zoom in over there, that's what I want to hear tonight. That's what I want to hear. I don't disagree with you. I do not disagree with you. I think we should throw this one out. But it says, Monitor Sisters. Treeball, thank you. I really appreciate it. I thought it could be fun tonight. You know, just going through these. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna grab maps first. We're gonna bring them over. Let's just get them on here, right? Now this is a bit of a weird one. Look at this big border I've got on this one here. I'm gonna get rid of this border first. This was also hand-drawn ink on paper. And then it was coloured digitally. Let's hide the ones in the background until we're ready to take a look at them. Let's just bring our maps in, shall we? I've got a soft spot for this map here, by the way. This map was modelled off the Oregon. The Oregon coastline. I was actually at a massage resort here. I just had a massage. I was sitting out relaxing, and I was looking out at this cove, and it had this wonderful shape and this jut of land that went out to sea like that. And I thought, wouldn't that be wonderful if I drew this? And I remember I sat there and I sketched this shape, and then I came back home and I drew this. So Treeball, yeah, this is one I would close in on the town and leave off the green. You see, that's the type of feedback I think we need. So let's get them on. But yeah, I actually think that we could lose a lot of green on this side, right? I kind of like this though. I do like this side. But maybe we actually rough up this edge a little bit so it's less abrupt. You know, that's where maybe doing a little bit of a mask on this could look really kind of good. Pex, start the raffle, my friend. Tonight's raffle, day 4 of Elisimus. Tonight's raffle is for a t-shirt or a hoodie. I think. Oh, don't do info. Don't do info. Are you really going to make me do this? I'm going to turn off the info command. Command. Where's my info? You're making me do it. You're making me do it. Where's my info? Info. There. Turned off. See, you made me do it. You know I never keep up with the info. You know it. Anyway. In fact, you use info way more than I do. Bean boozled. Oh, you're gonna make me bean boozle, are you? You know what? Okay, let's bring in one or two others. And then I will boozle the bean. I'm not gonna be able to do a zoom in now. I didn't prep the zoom in for it because it's using the wrong monitor. So you'll have to do without the zoom. This one was also drawn ink on paper. I forget who this was for. It's called Black Bat. It's actually a vampire city. It was colored digitally. This could be one that's nice to kind of like chop up the outside edge, let the city itself sort of shine through. These are dead trees over this side. You know, so you say things like, I want this as a blanket. And honestly, I hope that's the case. Not just for you specifically, but in general. Because Pex and I are going to be making these maps available as blankets, as pillowcases. These maps are going to be available broadly, okay? Like, I think it'd be cool to see some mouse pads with these maps. You know, big mouse pads. There we go. It's a free t-shirt or hoodie. You get to pick. Designed by me. Created by nobledwarf.com. Shower curtains. We're definitely going to do shower curtains. 100%. Shower curtains could be fun with my maps on them. I saw that, Princess. I saw that. I don't know what to say in response. Like, yes, it would be... There might even be. I think that's the point. I don't even know what to say because I don't know. I honestly just don't know. But the way that the print on demand is going right now, it wouldn't surprise me if there's either one available or going to be available. Alright, got to do some serious resizing on this one. Oops. No, we want to click on you. And then we're going to make this smaller. Now, this one was also ink on paper. You can actually tell, by the way. Can you see the little ink lines here? And you see how the dots don't have the variation of pressure that my modern maps do? You see this? There's no grays in here. This is almost pure black. This is ink. This is my ink work right there. You can start to tell it apart from the others. Underwear. You know, if one of you is going to actually wear underwear with my map on it, I want to see it. I want to see it. Alright, let's get rid of this. Just going to chop the edges off. This map, by the way, this map was drawn for Jim Pinto. It's a map for a game setting called King for a Day. That has to be one of the best writings and best settings I've ever seen. And he's sold a few. It's on drive-through. King for a Day. It's an absolute brilliant. It's a charm. And King for a Day, this is actually, honestly, one of my favourite maps. I'm not going to lie to you. And like for all of its simplicity, I love the colours. I love the general feel. I adore this map. I love the elevations. It's a valley coming through here. I love this map. It's one of my favorites, even today. Even after all of the things I've done. And it's just a little regional map, you know? And no one likes a top-down style. I love it. I love it. Everyone loves the isometric style, you know? Or the elevated style. I love this style right here. I've got a soft spot for this. Treebor owns this too. Treebor, you are a magnificent human being. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If anyone ever says anything bad about you, you send them to me. Because I will give them a dressing down, sir. Good on you for owning this. Jim Pinto, King for a Day. Go check it out on drive-through, everyone, because it's a brilliant setting. And I think he redid it recently, because I redid the maps for him. I think all of the maps in there are mine. And I redid them for his latest Kickstarter. Treeboy, you are a god amongst plebs. You are a magnificent human being. I didn't know that you owned so many of my maps. I think I am falling in love with you. Alright, this one. Oh, that's Edge Pond t-shirt. Hold on a minute. We need to actually open up Edge Pond. This one. So Edge Pond. I actually did as a Patreon only map. And I'm not sure what I think of it. Sometimes I do a map and I haven't forgotten about the beam, by the way. But sometimes I do a map and I'm actually not super enthused about the result. This is such an example. And I think it's the coloring. There's something about it. And I think it's also the overuse of these swirls. I think I overdid it. Let me know what you think about this map. This is a map with the clouds. We were talking about clouds before on Discord. So here's a great example of where I think clouds work. But the map, I really don't know about this map. Yes, Pex did redeem a bean. I'm just ignoring Pex. Too dark. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree. Here we go. Ooh, bean time. I'm actually not going to disagree with that. It's like, I kind of want to actually recolor this map. Take another stab at it. I have 2 maps in the last few years that I want to recolor. This is one of them. You know my what we've been doing on the Mediterranean maps with the very lighter. That's almost English. So they're very lighter, but there's a lot of stone right in there, and I think my coloring looks better when I pull back on the green, you know. So I do think that this is too green. I do think it would benefit from lightening up. It's almost, I'm going to call it saturated. It's almost too saturated. Just the whole map. I was trying to get like this Netherlands, Finland type, you know, fjord, icy sort of coldness. I actually looked at, I was doing my usual take a photograph and pull off swatch colors from it. And this is the result, but I don't think it works. Princess, thank you. Thank you. The more I colour, I feel, the better I get. Hey, ADVP glasses here! Ah! We have changed the angle of tonight's stream, because we're taking a little walk through memory lane with all my maps. We're doing mug designs. No, David P. Glass did not win last night. I think he won the night before. I thought it was Brian McWhirter. Or have I gone backwards? David Big Glass won one of them, right? I don't know. You all know better than I do. Thanks, yeah, Magnificent Pex has been keeping track. Anyway, I'm going to eat a bean. Oh no, I could always... Oh no, it's always shit, it's shit. Oh no. No, this is... I don't know what this is. I don't want to show it anymore. No, you can't make me. I'm a grown woman. Yeah. Oh shit! I think that was sour milk. I think that's the one Jack had the other night. Oh fuck that noise! Oh, shit. Holy camole, that is some balls. Oh, that has to be one of the worst ones I've had. Oh, you can fuck right off with that shit. No, that is not fun. Wargaming Recon, that was yours. I haven't done the PEX one yet. Oh, God. That was nasty. Princess Dregger. Not a different computer, actually, Wargaming. Different camera. I have my main monitor here. I have my drawing monitor here, but I'm not drawing tonight. I'm just doing layout, so I want to use my mouse and I want to use a bigger monitor. So this is my second camera, main monitor. This is my primary camera, secondary monitor. I normally shoot from over this side. I'm shooting from this side tonight. All right, no, don't try and get off the hook, Wargame. That doesn't work that way, sir. That was your fault. I just redeemed your bean and it tasted like puke. It was horrible. I'm going to do PEXs right now. Oh, sorry, I wish I'd done the zoom in. In fact, I should be able... No, because it's coming off the wrong monitor and everything. So it's just going to break things. I'm not going to do it. I am now going to, though, eat PEX's bean, which sounds dirty as hell. PEX's bean tastes nice. You see, PEX is sweet. Hey, zombie dance team! Oh my god, you're there! Ah, that was a good bean. Zombie dance team leader. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. We are, we're pulling up all sorts of... don't I have Luxembourg on the cup? Didn't I grab Luxembourg already? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. But... Zombie, we are doing cup designs. You have missed so much on this channel, young man. We have been doing so many maps. So many maps of just pure sex. Also, someone get Zombie to actually do the raffle. Hey, Miss J's here. Alright, Catalal. Now, Catalal deserves some zoom-ins. Look how big this map is. Look how big this map is. Catalal is maybe one of my most detailed cities I have ever done. Look at it. Look at these roofs. Gaxmore was incredibly detailed. Light Harbor was incredibly detailed. But this still, to this day, is maybe one of my most beautiful maps, I think. This particular map just demands to have zoom-ins. Like, look at this. Look how beautiful this is. I don't have this brush anymore, by the way. I'm gonna have to make this brush. I've lost it in many, many computer shuffles. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city this is. Maybe not so much the graveyard. I mean, it's a nice graveyard, but it's not what I want to sit in the side of a cup. But this one, this map here, what a map. Okay, we are gonna massively resize this. So, just for some perspective, by the way, I think Catalal is maybe one of the largest maps I've ever done. I think we'll go this way. I am going to do a larger map next year. Rome is going to be larger. But I am going to do a map that's potentially larger than Catalal next year. How would that look on that angle there? Yeah, you see, maybe it's just the way I'm used to looking at things, but I kind of want to keep the orientation of Catalal like this. And then I think we'll do zoom-ins, you know, for the cups. Maybe we'll get a couple of areas of this one. Like, I think it might be great to, like, zoom in on, like, this area here. Maybe here. Maybe. Oh, this is interesting. Shit. Is this on the Noble Dwarf store like this? Really? Pex, are you around? Can you add a reminder for me to create a new Catalal map? Or at least investigate what we've got on drive-thru. And I haven't sent this for a t-shirt design yet. But like we need to look at what we've got on drive-thru and what full scale. I think the full scale map is going to be fine for print, but I just want to check it. I think drive-thru might need to be replaced. What happened on this one, by the way, everyone, is I did the whole city, done, finished. Jeff D came back to me like a month later and said, "Oh, we need to draw a lake here." And I was like, but I'm done with the city. So I had to literally patch in this lake. I deleted a bunch of stuff and then sort of added this. I think somewhere along the line, this got in there, but I don't know how. That's kind of weird. So I've got to take a look at that. You've been a busy man, Zombie, but you've been a busy guy for a while now. I don't know how you haven't completely burned out. But yeah, earning a little bit of coin, particularly in this world of ours right now. I think you gotta do it. You gotta do it. That bean, that sour milk bean is still with me. That is freaking gross. Alright, this map, I'm going to zoom in and I want you to tell me if this map was drawn ink on paper or digitally. Are you ready for this? And I gave you clues earlier on. Alright. Digital drawing or ink on paper? Yeah, the white area, I think they just print without it. So the white area is fine. Oh, the white area on the lake. Shit, I thought we were just talking about maps in general. Okay, well, we're gonna have to replace that PAX. I'll do that tomorrow afternoon. Absolutely ink, right? I mean, you can tell. Look how all of these little dotted lines and everything. I mean, you can see my style in here with the hills and the little slopes and the little grass tufts. You can see me, but there's no, it's either ink or not, right? And look at this. I used to do this a lot for shadowing. You see this? I would do little dots near walls and around towers. Look, I did it here too. I stopped doing this when I moved digital, and you know, we can get in proper shadows and things. You could always tell some of my earlier maps because of those dots, by the way. This might have been one of the last maps that I did that on. I particularly like doing it near towers because it almost implies like little rocky slopes. Fun fact about this map, by the way. This was one of, I want to say, about 3 maps that I drew for something that was going to be Mike Nistel's Infinite Dungeon. And if you look up Mike Nistel Kickstarter, you're going to see a whole bunch of rage. I'm not going to comment on it at all, other than to say the project never got off the ground. This map was never used. I never enhanced it, no. What you're seeing is the actual colouring. The colouring on this transformed it. Just completely transformed it. In fact, hold on. Let me show you something. No, I don't want that one. I'm gonna bring up this one. Foxtel, we've been calling this. I'm going to bring up the black and white version of Foxtel. Check this out. I did not get paid. I think there were 3 maps I did for this, and I'm going to show you all of them. I did not get paid. Here's the black and white. So, there. You can actually, when you look at these little dots right here. I probably drew it about that size right there. There's not many projects that I haven't been paid for. I consider myself to be somewhat lucky in that regard. But it's definitely happened. And I think, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I think it's happened twice. There we go. I'm gonna commit to an actual number. I think it's happened twice. Which isn't bad for the duration that I've been doing this thing. Alright, we'll decide if we're going to use this or not in a moment. Right, Miss J? Yeah, colour just transformed it. This one, by the way, this is another one. I'll show you the black and white of this. Actually, looking back at these, I did a lot of black ink on paper work. So here you go. Here's the black and white. There's the colour. Black and white. Colour. I kind of like the black and white maps. You know, there's a certain madness to them that is appealing. Like, you look at this and go, holy shit, what is wrong with her? I mean, look, every square centimetre has, like, dots on it. Everything. Completely hand-drawn ink on paper. But this just takes on a completely different feel. Miss J, thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna cut this one. I don't want a scale bar on the cup. So let's just cut that. Let's get back over here and let's just paste it up. Whoa, super zoom in. And let's resize. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get like most of these maps in position, and then we're gonna start resizing them. We've been going for about, how long we've been going? We've only been going about 40 minutes. Now, I don't know, by the way, if all of these are going to be cups. We're just going to go through them one image at a time and say yes to that one, no to that one. Like, let's maybe, you know, fuzzy up the edges on it a little bit. Let's get a bit of a mask going. We're literally going to do that. Zombie, you are getting like half of it. I'm a little bit demented. But that type of, let's call it repetition, that type of detail, or that type of monotonous, just ink on paper. I've been doing that ever since I literally was like 12, you know, when I first entered my first ever art competition. Oh yeah, we're gonna do an open. Hardy ha ha ha. So we're going to open... So what do we did? You know, I've got one here called Mallowham. I'm not even going to bother bringing that in. I'm going to bring in Moorview, Newholt. Hold on. Moorview, Newholt, Rayleigh. Yeah, that looks like a nice one. Let's bring in Rykadon. You know, we should bring in Locatoy. Even though I haven't even sent it to the client yet. Let's do that. And then Zombie Dad's team can actually see the map that we finished last night. Let's bring in Sligus, Segura, Starry Field, Summer Coast. I'm going to overwhelm my computer here. This thing is going to explode. Summer Fort. Toe. The Fallen God Island. Trillium. Uruk. Vatmiri. Whispervale. Whispervale, Treebor. That's that region map that you've got. That little overland map that you got from Noble Dwarf. There's sort of the extra bonus one. It's called Whispervale. Alright. Let's go through these. This will be the last of the batch that we're bringing in. Hey, Sir Cobalt! Hey, Alex Fixin is here. Mwah. Good to see you, young lady. Okay, so this one also ink on paper. I did a lot of ink on paper. This one was just like a great map. I did 3 maps for James Carpio. And Fallen Gods or something like that was the name of the book. And he told me to draw 2 cities. I did 3 maps, but 2 of them had to be reminiscent of... he said they needed to look Egyptian. And I was like, how the hell am I going to make this look Egyptian? What does an Egyptian town look like? So I thought, you know what? I'm going to make these maps look like hieroglyphics. And then I thought, well, what if I actually just home in on like scarab beetles? And I had one with its wings open, one with its wings closed. This is one of those. This was ink on paper, colored digitally. Wargame, don't say that on my channel. I don't want my computer to explode. Yeah, James is an awesome person. He really is. I'm going to send him... So, actually, fun fact. James only wanted me to do black and white maps. I did the colouring years later. So, it was the coloured version was never in his book. And... he loves these. He loves these. But I'm going to send him some canvas prints of these. Alright. So, let's get rid of our t-shirt design. We don't need that. Let's get rid of that. And, you know... I'm just going to close a 15-ounce mug for now. And we're just going to work off the smaller one. For now, let's work off the 11-ounce. Let's paste that in there. Wow, this is a big map. Princess Streger, thank you so much. It's one of my favorites too. The 2 scarab cities are amongst my favorites, without a doubt. See, I think that would look good on the side of a cup. Just as it is. Maybe with a little roughed edge, but I kind of like that just as it is. Well, Wargaming, I think it's a budget thing, right? And back then, I wasn't doing much colouring, like, at all. Like, people were contacting me for my black and white work. And it was probably Zach with Whisper and Venom and Death and Taxes. And he wanted full colour. He probably was maybe one of the first that really got me into some high-end colouring work. Alright, mug-worthy, definitely. So this one I'm not sure about. This was also ink on paper. The actual original orientation for this, by the way, was vertical. I'm not sure about it, though. Maybe we could zoom in on this section or something. Like, get the castle going. No, Jack hasn't. Been denied. Alright, let's get that pasted in there. Yeah, I feel this one we're gonna zoom in. Original orientation was this. I drew, so this is kind of ended up being a little like fun fact about my maps. I drew this for a friend. He was going to run a campaign for us in England. I don't know why I've got that. Let's get rid of it. And so I drew this for him. It was black and white originally, ink on paper. And it's based off a fantasy series that I never wrote. And it's got like these 7 outer walls. It's a big, huge fortress town. But maybe if we zoomed in... I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Did Jack just sneak past me? Was that with Jack's sighting? Jack's sighting. He did sneak past me. Alex Vixen noticed. I love it. I want to say, I mean, look, so the actual city name was called Dros Del Noc. Maybe you could tell me what fantasy series that comes out of. Because I never read it. Lord Dalius. Thank you. By the way, if anyone's like watching or just joined the chat, this is day 4 of the Lissimus giveaway. You can win one of these maps on a t-shirt or a hoodie from nobledwarf.com. All you gotta do is hit exclamation raffle, and in about 40 minutes or so, we're gonna be making a drawing. What are we doing tonight? We're doing a little bit of a down memory lane. I've pulled in all of my maps I currently have on Noble Dwarf. You can get all of these, by the way, on canvas right now, but they're also available on in t-shirts and hoodie form. But we're currently doing cups. The cup is 3.75 inches high. So I'm gathering all my maps in, and we're gonna crop some images down. So this one, by the way, this was also from James Carpio. Hey, thank you. So, okay, these lewd unicorns make me laugh so much. So James Carpio, again, he got the black and white version of this. Let me show you the black and white version of this real quick. This was called Uruk. And where's my... Here we go. So this is the black and white version that appears in the book. And where's my Uruk? Oh, and no, where did I put my Uruk? Uruk. There's Uruk. Oh yeah, because I've scrolled off the screen. So this is the colored version of it. Thank you so much. So this right here, like never got in the book. It was colored years after James was finished with his project, and I just went with a night look. You know, this was maybe in the second night city I did. This, by the way, is available as an at winter and at night version as well. And Raven coloured that for us. If I haven't shared that already with Patrine, you're going to be getting a copy. I'm really happy with this map, and maybe one day, Recon, you could sort of treat yourself to it. I I would appreciate it, by the way, versus gift subs and things like that right now. Just in general, take a look at nobledwarf.com. There's an Alyssa Faden section. Consider picking up either a t-shirt, a hoodie, or a canvas print. Not trying to give you a hard sell. Noble Dwarf would benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? It's been a year without conventions, and I think they'd like to see a few sales. So Ulrich, we're going to take Ulrich. I like this. I like this walking through maps together here. Let's hide that. Let's paste this in. There, Dalius is in. Nice. Welcome to the raffle. The cups will be available in Q1. Why am I doing it that way? I don't know. But yeah, the cups will be available, actually, honestly, within a month. Within a few weeks. This is why we're doing this tonight. And then Noble Dwarf will get them on their store. This one, I feel like we should actually... I'm going to change this. I've changed my mind. This one, I feel... Ooh, don't do that, Faden. Whoa, 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 whoa. I think we'd benefit from like a good zoom in like that on this particular map. I love the lights on this one, by the way, quite a bit. I don't know if they do offer gift cards. I think that's a fantastic idea, though. I think that's a fantastic idea. Alright, let's do another one. More View. Ink on paper. Drawn originally for one of my own personal campaigns. Digitally colored like 20 freaking years later. It wasn't called More View. I don't know what it was called now. The originals, by the way, I still have every single map I've drawn. Obviously, it's black and white. But they're actually with a guy called Meinhardt. And he has a massive RGB role-playing game library. Don't question. And like it's huge. It's a huge well, it's like a museum. He has an RPG museum like you would never see ever again. And I gave all of my originals to him. He has them all. I like the idea of gift cards. I do like the idea of gift cards. I'm not sure he's capable right now supporting it, because that would be, he'd have to have some kind of code on the gift card that you plug in, right, that didn't expire. And then he would have to print gift cards, but I think it's a good idea. Even if you just bought store credit or something. RPG, yeah, my brain got really tied around RGB. I've only been playing role-playing games for like 40 years, princess. Okay, so this was another one, ink on paper originally, coloured a long time later. What I love about this one is the collapsed part where it's flooded and just decayed over time. I could almost imagine this being an adventure setting, you know? I like this one. Also note, fun fact, look how I used to draw my wharfs and docks. Like, pretty crude, right? That just, every single one is like that. You can tell my older maps from the shape of the docks. Let's keep it like that. I think we'll crop this one in. You guessed it, ink on paper. Also, a home brew game from back in England. That's where I started, by the way. Like, I would draw these cities for myself because I needed them for my game. And one day on Facebook, like, someone was sharing their maps, and I was like, that's pretty cool. I'll share one of mine. And I started sharing my cities, and people reacted to them in a way that I wasn't expecting. And that's when I started drawing for other people. Alright, so this one is, of course, all digital. And I'm going to zoom in, just because we've been look how clean the lines are. And look how I can vary the pressure of my pen. And even here, I'm going to zoom way in. It's like, it's less black or white, you know? It's less on or off. There's a certain amount of subtlety. There's a little bit of grey in there. It's less pixelated too, because we're able to zoom way in when we draw these things. I love this city, by the way. I really do love this city. I wonder if actually that would look cool on the side of a cup. Just that. A little galley going down with a big, huge effing shark following it. Wargaming, and Princess, I saw your question too. Wargaming, I have been really happy with my water effects recently. You're actually witnessing, all of you, you are witnessing a development in my style when I'm actually coloring water. It is going to be one of the things that is going to be on future maps, without a doubt. And you're seeing an evolution. You're seeing an evolution of my style that I am just going to start carrying forward. I did something on the Locatoy map that I liked so much. I'm going to now apply that to the next time we draw water. So you're definitely going to see my water effects just going through the roof, without a doubt. Princess, is there an option for an 8.5 by 11 for Noble Dwarf maps? No, I think the smallest is like 14 inches or something. Hey, George F. Fields, good to see you, my friend. Princess, let's do it. Let's make a shark mug. Alright, let's do it. It's fun, right? Let's do it. No, so actually, real quick, I'm going to go to nobledwarf.com, okay? You see my browsing history there, but okay, so nobledwarf.com. Under Noble Dwarf, there is an Alyssa Faden section. Here I am. And I think, like, if I just click on any of these, 14 by 18 is the smallest. They don't come smaller than that. Now, I think if you contacted them, I think they would entertain it, okay? So feel free to hit them up and see if they'll actually do a smaller size for you. Alex Vixen, I found one of my old maps, sorry condition, of a town in which a campaign was called Stoneford. Nice. On the back was the original name of the town. That fucking town I made to shut the players up. That's awesome. That is awesome. Alex Vixen, I would love to see a scan on that town. I would love to see a scan of that town. You know where my head's at? We touch it up a little bit, we colour it. You know, I love city maps. I love town maps. I would love to see it. Alright. Let's just get the rest of these and then I'm going to pull in... no, you know what? I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to pull in the map that we finished last night. Locatoy. But I kind of want Locatoy without the labels, which I think is going to be this one. Yeah, this one. Look at this beauty. We'll crop off the name. Look at this. Oh, in fact, yeah, we'll probably zoom in. I don't know where we would zoom in on this. I kind of want to get this harbour in here. I don't know. There's so many places to zoom in on this one. Zombie Dance Team Leader, if you're still out there, we finished this map on stream last night. I love my style now. I love how we've evolved this style together. Harbor and the middle with the Parthenon. You got it, man. You got it. I love that idea. Let's make that happen. And no border. But let's just... So let's get it... Let's get it a little bit like this. Yeah, we're going to do 2 zooms on that one. So I'll just leave it like that for now. Fantastic. Alright, true fact about this one. That's a t-shirt design that I am going to now open the correct one for. Alright, this one's called like Sly Gas or something. This was actually drawn for a private commission, okay? This was ink on paper. It was drawn this way. I did not do a color version for him. I colored it afterwards. I came in after, like, I think it's when I went digital, I realized I could actually start coloring all of my maps. And I colored this one after the fact. Right, so the client never got this one. The client was literally just a guy running his homebrew game. And the fun fact about this one is when you actually turn it on its side. In fact, let me just crop this out for a moment. Let's just crop this, and then we'll close this. And we'll come over here. We'll paste it. The fun fact about this is when you turn this on its side, it kind of looks like a face. Ooh, don't do that. It almost looks like a goblin face or something. Don't you think? Totally accidental. But now I can't unsee it. Also, another fun fact about this one. I think it's the only commission I have ever done, and I don't know the name of the client. It's the only one I have ever done. Like that. I don't know who I did it for. Alex Vixen sees a dragon head. It's almost like looking at clouds. What do you see? Alright, so that was that one. Let's close that down. Okay, so here's the other James Carpio one. So we did Yamatar, we did Uruk. This one is Sakura. Again, ink on paper. He never commissioned a color version. He only got to see a color version years later because, hey, we could do color now we've gone digital. This is one of my favorite maps. Despite being one of the older maps, I just love this freaking thing. It's got such imagination behind it. And I don't mean that as in a preening myself kind of way. It's like, when do you see a city map shaped like a scarab beetle with its freaking wings out like this? You just don't. It's so unique. There's like, and some of the descriptions I got to was just make sure that there's like a temple of the other side. So because it's ink on paper, it's a little bit looser. You can see that, less precise. But yeah, very less precise. I mean, look at this wonky shit going on here. But then he also said that there was some slave pits to do. This is interesting. I feel like I added this afterwards. I did. Okay, let's come back to that. But slave pits, and I did little ladders coming down, and there's pit elevation right here. All ink on paper right there. And you might even recognize my little cranes that I do. But, okay, so let's take a look at this. So when I colored this, in fact, I'm gonna go so far as to say that never got into the book. I'm going to open up the black and white version. Hold on. Because you can tell that's digital. That is Photoshop, an elliptical mask or select area. And then I've shrunk it. You can tell. And then I've hand drawn these lines on here. And I've hand drawn these little entrances. I'm wondering what the black and white version looks like. What is this one called? Sakura. Where's my Sakura? There she is. Okay. Oh. The black and white has it on there. How is that possible? Did I do this digitally? I think I must have. I am a lying sack of shit. This is not... This is not ink on paper. I am a lying sack of shit. This is what maybe one of my first digital maps that I did. Hey, Midwest Miniatures guy, get the hell out of here, my friend. It is damn good to see you. Damn good to see you. Everyone, Midwest Miniatures guy does miniature painting. Not that you would tell from his name. He is really good at what he does. Very reasonably priced. Superstar in his own right. He's one that was on the... He was one of our guests when we did the Gary Khan Dragon review, and we had 3 of our dragons lined up. I did one. Midwest Miniature Guy was one of them. Did I use a compass? No. This is digital work. You can tell this is digital work. Look how much softer these are. This is digital. And I completely forgot that this was in just after I bought my tablet, apparently. Proof is right there. It betrays itself. Well, George, you don't have to be great at miniature painting when there's people like Midwest Miniature Guy out there to help you out, you know? And which reminds me, you know, you can even be good at it and actually not like painting miniatures. That's Jack. Jack actually is quite good at painting miniatures. Won't do it. Hates doing it. And it's a crime. Can you imagine, like, how... Well, I'm hitting save because no one's told me to save yet. But can you imagine, like, how dangerous Jack and I would be if we were both painters? Oh, my God. Oh, my freaking God. Alright, Starry Field. We've only got a few more to go here. We did Oracle already, right? Oh, that's the black and white version. Let's get rid of that. Whisper Veil. This I did for Zach Glazar, and I believe it was Whisper and Venom, his first boxed set. Save! You're too late. That has to be Wargaming Recon. No, it's Miss J. Miss J, you're too late. You're too late. Alright, so this was one where I did the overland style, the elevated style for Zach Glazar, Whisper and Venom. First time I ever did that style. It came out looking really, really good. And he asked for a zoom in. He asked, or not really a zoom in, he asked for like I don't want to call it a regional, like a local. He asked for a local map. I guess a couple of little houses, villages, that type of thing. This is what we came up with. It was coloured. It was coloured for Zach. Because these clouds... I first did these with Zach. And this colouring, it's all Zach. Zach Glazar does not hang back. Zach Glazar does not do black and white shit. The boxed set of Whisper and Venom, that thing was a work of art. And it actually had miniatures and dice and shit in it. It was old school. It was old school. Well, it's good to see you, Midwest. Even if it's just for a couple of minutes. You know, I think this is a map where maybe we do a zoom in. You know? Something like that. Side of a cup. Treebor, it's a classic product. My map actually got nominated for an ENnie that year, but Zach, you know, I didn't know the name of his company at the time, but Zach Glazar was like a one-man band. He was never going to win an ENnie. But it was nice getting nominated. Okay, this was for Alex Kammer, and it's Trillium. I fucking hate the coloring on this one. This is the second one that I would recolor. Right there. I hate the coloring on this one. Just putting that out there right now. Don't tell Alex Kammer I said that. It's just not my best work. I think one thing as a human being, you have to be able to sort of look at your own like work, results, experiences in life, what you produce, what you're bringing to the world, and honestly critique yourself. I think you need to be able to critique yourself. I'm okay with the map. I freaking hate my coloring on this one. I really do. I'm not happy with this. Princess, I actually don't know. I'll get back to you. Hold on. No, I don't want that. I'm actually just going to quickly look to see if I've got a year on the Zach Glazon maps. Hold on. I think this was 2000... I think this is... What the hell? Why is that even in? I think it was 2015. I think it was 2015. Miss J, 100%. I've got 2 or 3 maps in my collection thus far where honestly I want to redo them. The colouring. This is one of them. Absolutely. I want to just... Because I've obviously got this as a Photoshop file. I can turn the colouring off and I can start again. 100%. And I think I would do a much better job. Well, Wargame, that's kind of brutal, man. I mean, I'm critiquing myself and you're just coming in with a baseball bat. I mean, fuck. But yeah, this is, I mean... I did better colouring on this years before. I don't know what I was doing. I really don't. I just don't like the colouring on this. I would definitely do this one. Alex Vixen, you would be in order. Okay, so fun fact, this one, Fallen God Island, this one was in, by the way, just a complete segue, I'm having a freaking lot of fun tonight, and I hope you are too. Like, going back through my maps, talking about them, was not the intent tonight, really. It's like, I haven't even done one cup design yet. And I don't care, because I'm just showing you my maps and we're talking about them. And I'm having a blast. I really am. We need to do this like more often, like once a year, maybe towards the end of the year, we do a little review of maps. So this one was The Fallen God. This was also for Mike Nistel's Endless Dungeon. This is the island that the Endless Dungeon is meant to take place on. And the city that I showed you before, I think was over here somewhere, you know. The description of this island is meant to be like a god fell into the ocean. So I sat there and I thought about it, and I ended up drawing like a body lying in the water. A little decayed, submerged, outline of a head, maybe a little bit cratered, old volcano style, complete with anatomy. Just all like right in here. And I actually, this is one of my favorite maps. It's not that practical, you know, like if you were to buy it and try to use it. But I think it's one of my most interesting maps. It almost goes back to the Egyptian scarab beetle in style. It's really thinking outside of the box, I think. This was also a map I did not get paid for. I'm not going to knock Mike Nistel, by the way, at all. I got a box of chocolates at Christmas as a thank you. You see, this shade of green going on here, I love this shade of green a huge amount. This is fucking putrid. We need to... I think this is a map that could be on a cup, just like that. I actually think that would look kind of cool on a cup. I would drink out of a cup like that, you know? Well, yeah, you say that, Treeball, but you know the crazy thing is, I even have swatches of the greens and the brown colours to use. They're actually in the PSDs that I shared with you guys in the last Patreon giveaway earlier this month. I think what happens is, you know, you evolve and you try to experiment, right? My water looks better than this now. Some of the colouring of my land looks worse. So I think it's one of those where I experimented with the Trillium map and it didn't work. I experimented with that Nordic style fjord map and it didn't work. But I think you have to do these experimentations to bring yourself back to the branches that do work, right? So this definitely works. Whatever I was doing with Trillium did not. Not complete wraparounds. I think that would be really cool, but my logo is going to be on one side of the mug. The map is going to be on the other. And like they have software that exactly lines them up opposite each other, and you're holding onto the handle. It's definitely on the cold side. It's definitely on the cold side. I don't know if you were here earlier, Miss. So actually, let me take a step backwards. I don't think you were here earlier, Miss J, when I showed the other map that I want to recolor, and I'll show you that in a moment. Your coloring, Miss J, is on fucking point. I love your coloring above all else. You have a great sense of coloring that I am jealous of. And it comes hard to me. It's like I have to experiment and get it wrong. And then re-experiment and get it right. And try to pull part of that forwards. It does not come naturally to me, colouring. Your colouring, your palette, your sense of how they blend together. I want to strip off my pants and mount it. It's just so good. You're so on top of it. Alright. This one! Okay, let's talk about this one. This was done for R. Scott Taylor. This is for a book series called The Black Gate. It had some big named writers involved. This was actually an anthology type of thing. This was a storybook. A storybook. Listen to me, like I'm talking to like 3-year-olds. This was a work of fiction. And this is one region of the city. And the city is freaking huge. It was like it had 16, 20 odd sectors. This is one sector. This was for book 1, The Black Gate. The city as a whole is called the City of Tow. Ed Greenwood, I think, was one of the writers. Ed fucking Greenwood. Unfortunately, the book did not sell enough for them to be encouraged to continue. But this was one of those really different style of maps. This is a game arena where it has now been taken over by people living there. It's all overgrown. You've got like the viewing courts, etc. now have like it's not in the modern arena. There's not bleachers per se, but there are these elevated sections, and now people have just got their buildings all in here. This is sunken. These are the sunken ball pits, Aztec style. It's very Aztec driven. These are filled in ball areas that have actually become something else. This is the gate to the whole thing, which is now just a sprawling slum of different sort of size huts. And this is the garden area over here. This is not as detailed as I do nowadays. I would probably do a better job of this. This would be more colourful because we know we like our tents. But actually, talking about, you can see my tents in here, right? I mean, actually, talking of which, I don't do round tents anymore. Why don't I do round tents? But I mean, you can see my hand in this map. This was ink on paper. This is one that I am really, really, really happy with. Maybe one of the first galleys I ever drew. Look at that little fella. That's pretty crude. Talking about colouring, what the fuck is this shit? What the hell is this shit? Yeah, so I went pretty abstract with that shit. Yeah. Let's move on from there. I really do love this map though. I'm continually a little bit sad that the book series never caught on. I mean, there were some really big names behind that book. I would have loved to have drawn the rest of this city. As a whole, though, that has the property of a map where you look at it and go, "Oh, what is this?" You know what I'm saying? And I love the shadows. They give such a sense of height to the whole thing. The black and white version obviously does not have that. Alright, then we've got this one. I forget off the top of my head who I did this for. This I actually created very, very quickly. I think it was... okay, maybe an indie publishing house. It might have just been a homebrew game for someone. Summerford. Actually, this was one where I drew it black and white. They only wanted black and white. Then I went away and did a coloured version of it. And I sent it to them free. I was like, here you go. This was ink on paper, this one. I feel like it looks almost like, I don't want to say like an elven city, but the sheer amount of forestry in it, it makes me wonder who lives here. Also, note the wall shadow on this one. I love the wall shadow on this quite a bit. I'm going to try and replicate this on some future maps that I'm going to do. Like the stuff for Troll Lord games with the castles. I'm going to try and do a more complex version of this. And I'm going to try and have the battlements show on the shadows. You're going to watch me struggle with that live. Yeah, definitely Fey races, right? Definitely. time check, by the way, it is coming up to the 1:30, but just we've got 2 more maps to do, okay, and then we'll do the drawing. All right, so this one was done as an experiment to show how I took an old map, one of the first maps I ever drew, and I just enhanced it. In fact, let me get the original of this, Summer Coast. Hold on a sec. No, not that. File, open, Summer Coast. Where's my Summer Coast? This one? Yes. Okay, look at that. So, this is the original I drew. I used to, by the way, I used to put labels on all of my streets and shit. I don't know why I did, but I just did. You could obviously tell that this is ink on paper. And you could tell that this is an older piece, you know. Hey, slums, and that's the graveyard. Apparently, before I knew how to draw graveyards, I used to draw all of my compass roses like this, by the way. So this is fine. This is fine. But there were a few things about this that I really didn't like the older self. Like, I look back at it and gone, what the actual are these right now? Like, what are they? What are you doing to me? So, as part of the actual transition, what I did is I actually added more detail. I added ground effects. And I actually cleaned up some of these buildings. Got in some shadows and everything. Added a little bit more detail to the forestry. I completely changed my wharfs right here. My docks. I got cranes. I've got little boxes in there. I got little ships and stuff. So this, look, I added another island right here. This is like older me going back to younger me, saying that's cute, but can we have a go at, like, you know, trying to make this proper, like. And you can see that I actually drew in the graveyard that apparently my younger version couldn't do. So that's what the story behind this is. I don't think it's meant to be an aircraft, Princess, but now you've said it, I can't unsee it. You know what, Princess? I'm going to go yes. Because I literally cannot unsee it now. It's an aircraft. It is. Wasn't meant to be, but it is. And let's get rid of that. You know, that could be one where we just focus it on the fucking aircraft. Alright, so I actually got less done mug-wise tonight than I was thinking I would. But I personally have had a blast. I don't know about you guys and girls. Alright, Starry Field. But I've got the wrong map, so let's open up the right map. This one was also ink on paper. There we go. And that's the right orientation. You know, one thing I love, though, about looking at my maps from 20 or 30 years ago, you see a lot about these that are still me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at how I do my orchards and farms. I don't do them quite this crude anymore, but there's a lot of exactly the same. Notice how I do my streams differently now, though. It's almost like I put little water symbols going along the entire length. That's dumb. I don't do that now. Same way of doing the hills. I think I love this way of doing hills, by the way. Especially in combination with colouring. Because then you really get these elevations going. So, crude in many ways. I mean, it was drawn like 30 years ago. But there's still a lot of me in that map right there. Princess, thank you so much, darling. I love you. I've had a real fun time tonight. All right, let's grab that one. Starry Field, and let's paste that in there. I think this might be a great time for Pex to draw a winner for tonight's 4th night of Elizabeth. Miss J just sent a color edit of a screenshot that cold green island as a message on Discord. See what you think with a warmer, brighter green. Thank you, Miss J. I very much look forward to seeing that. I'm sure I'm going to love it because your command of colors is just freaking ridiculous. Midwest, yay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is last call to enter the raffle. If you're not in it already, exclamation raffle gets you in. If you are a subscriber to the channel, you get 2 tickets. Otherwise, you get 1 ticket. Other than that, all people are created equal. Just the subscribers are double your value. Just take of that what you will. You could subscribe. That will get you 2 tickets. And maybe a free t-shirt or a hoodie. What do we mean? Hold on. What do we mean the bot's not working? What bot's not working? Well, something's working because I just did a redeem shadow. So while Pex is counting that down, I think that this is going to be the end of the stream tonight. You get what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get 3.75 inch inserts, sections of cities that will look good as a print. And I'm going to go through all of these that we've looked at today, and I'm going to chop them down. Maybe what we'll do next Wednesday... Oh, I kind of want to get cups up there earlier, but there may not be a rush. Maybe next Wednesday, now I've got this done, we'll come back to this. And we'll actually start going through them. And we'll decide if we want to zoom in. Do we want to throw it away? Do we want to, like, maybe rough up the edges a little bit with a mask? We'll do that together next Wednesday, okay? Alright, Pex, I think we've got everyone that we're going to get, my friend. Let's draw this ticket. Day 4, t-shirt or a hoodie from nobledwarf.com. Anywhere in the world, shipping is on me, okay? This is my present back to you for this holiday period. Whoa, the bot is acting up? Oh no! Oh no! Well, shitballs. Shitballs. So fill space, Faden. Fill space. Hey! Are we ready? No. Dab. Dab. No, still fill in space. Come on, Pex. You're killing me out of here. This is a tough crowd, man. Come on. So Treeball wins. That was a little anticlimactic, Pez. But okay, Pez, Pex. But Trebor wins. So Trebor, what I'm going to say to you, Trebor, is we're going to give you a coupon to get a t-shirt or a hoodie or something like that off the store. You're going to be able to pick a map, pick like your design of t-shirt that you want. There's actually a few different things you can do. It's now yours. Congratulations, my friend. You've been a magnificent supporter. My present back to you. What I'm going to say, though, is leave it a couple of weeks, okay? Because I'm actually going to update the versions that are on there right now with, I think, some sexier designs. They look a little square to me right now. I think some of the maps like could benefit from having a little bit of a more of a jagged appearance, maybe this way or that or whatever. So give me a week or two with it, and then, well, you're on Discord fairly regularly. I'll give it a nod and say go for it, my friend, and we'll hook you up. And happy Christmas to you, okay? So with this said, what is it? It's Thursday tonight, right? Friday, Twitch and Patreon subscribers, we get to hang out tomorrow, 5 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You should have a Zoom link. We're going to hang out. We're just going to chill. We're going to talk. We're going to bullshit, okay? So we're going to do another drawing tomorrow, though. And it'll probably be a dice roll or something like that. We're going to do another drawing, and I forget what the prize is, but I think it's now getting into Call of Cthulhu books signed by me from my personal collection, okay? So join me tomorrow, just chill, okay, for like an hour or so. And then I'll be definitely back Monday night, and Tuesday night we're going to be working on the Troll Lord Games Castle Keeper's Guide. We're going to start colouring, okay? We're going to start colouring that bad boy. Can you believe it? And then next Wednesday, we're going to come back to this, I think. And then there won't be a stream next Thursday because obviously that's Christmas Day. Thereabouts. So, no stream tomorrow, but there is a hangout. Come hang out in the Zoom chat. Just, let's all... You don't have to put your camera on if you don't want to. Let's just all hang out, okay? No bullshit. Well, I'll be bullshitting, but you know what I mean. So I love you all. I hope you enjoyed this evening. I've had an absolute freaking blast. So, with almost going to bid you adieu, and definitely going to see you on the flip side, I'm just going to remind you one more time. My Patreon subscribers, my Twitch subscribers, you are gods and goddesses amongst mere mortal. Thank you. Much love to you all. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I had an absolute freaking blast with this. I really, really, really did. A walk down memory lane. Yeah, Zoom dead easy to install, by the way. Treeboard, dead easy. Just it's free. My version is not free, and that enables us to do more than 40 minutes of Hangout. You don't need to have a paid version. You just need the free version, and then it's dead easy after that. So, with that said, I'll see some of you tomorrow, right? We'll just get to hang out. We'll have a couple of drinks. We'll just bullshit together like friends that we are. Until then, love you all. Mwah. I'll see you on the flip side. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I had a blast. Really mean it. Until tomorrow, we're going to do another giveaway. I'll see you then. Be careful out there. Love you.